You're watching Q News, bringing you the latest regional and international developments. I'm Henny Saif, and here are the top stories making the news this hour. Egypt has dispatched its 76th aid convoy under the Zaid al-Izza Provision of Honor from Egypt to Gaza initiative from Rafah to Gaza via Karam Abu Salim border crossing. The convoy delivers 9,500 tons of urgent humanitarian aid and winter supplies to Gaza. The convoy also includes around 74,000 blankets, 35,000 winter clothing items, 560 mattresses, and 7,576 tents, alongside 5,600 tons of food and flour, 2,750 tons of medical and relief supplies, and 1,150 tons of fuel. Since July 27, the initiative has sent over 500,000 tons of aid, coordinated by 35,000 volunteers, with the Egyptian side of the Rafah border crossing remaining open and full logistical readiness maintained. U.S. President Donald Trump has said the UN Security Council has endorsed his plan to end the war in Gaza, including the creation of a Trump-chaired Board of Peace with heads of state from every major country. Trump called the board unprecedented and said it had received broad approval from the UN, with China and Russia abstaining rather than opposing it. The UN resolution also authorizes an international stabilization force, though Hamas has rejected disarmament, calling its fight against Israel legitimate resistance.
Things that happened to end the war in Gaza. While it looks a little bit messy.
U.S. President Donald Trump has held a productive meeting with the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman at the White House, highlighting substantial Saudi investments in the United States, initially $600 billion and potentially reaching $1 trillion. Trump confirmed plans to sell F-35 jets to Saudi Arabia and noted that Iran appears willing to negotiate, expressing openness to dialogue. He emphasized that forming an international force in Gaza is unlikely to harm Palestinians and praised Saudi contributions towards Gaza's reconstruction, underscoring deepening U.S.-Saudi strategic and economic cooperation. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has emphasized that Riyadh seeks to participate in the Abraham Accords, contingent on verifying progress towards a two-state solution and ensuring peace for the Palestinians. During talks with U.S. President Donald Trump at the White House, he highlighted Saudi-U.S. relations as vital for regional security and praised Trump's peace efforts. The Saudi Crown Prince pledged to increase Saudi investments in the U.S. to $1 trillion, focusing on semiconductors and artificial intelligence. He also stressed the importance of constructive U.S.-Iran engagement and supporting Syria's reconstruction.
It's critical in the safety of the world. It's critical against extremism and terrorism.
The International Atomic Energy Agency has said that inspections of Iran's nuclear facilities have resumed, but the agency has yet to access sites damaged in Israeli and U.S. airstrikes. Director General Rafael Grossi told the 35-nation Board of Governors that over a dozen inspections have been conducted, but there's still more that needs to be done under Iran's comprehensive safeguards agreements. Grossi emphasized that a diplomatic solution remains the only viable path, calling for full engagement and compliance by Tehran. Meanwhile, France, Britain, Germany and the US have submitted a draft resolution to the board demanding access to the attacked sites and accounting for Iran's enriched uranium stock, including material enriched up to 60%, approaching weapons-grade levels. These were the top stories we have for this hour, but stay with us for continuing coverage, analysis and breaking updates from across the region and around the world here on Q News.